Hey, Tracy, Digging Times Past here. Today we're gonna fix my detector. If you followed one of my other videos, I broke my coil at Detect Michigan, and new coil is about 150, 170 bucks, somewhere in there. And I just don't have the money for that right now. Son's getting married, and trying to get my house ready to sell, so I just don't have expendable money to be spending on that right now. So a guy I went to high school with sent me some info on how to possibly fix it myself, so we're gonna do that. And haven't been through it yet. It's gonna be a first time. We're gonna do it together. I apologize for the noise in the background. I'm having some carpet installed, and yeah, so let me flip the camera and show you what I got here. Okay, so here's my coil. You can see the edges are broken off. I've got the pieces for it still. There's these two here. So the goal is to reattach these to the base where it's broken off using JB Weld plastic bonder, but then we're also going to reinforce it with some plastic angle iron. So, and I'll put links in here about where you can buy this stuff. We're gonna put it right like this to reinforce it, because the contact points for the JB Weld for just the brackets itself to hold the the bolt for the coil, it's just, there's not a lot of surface area, and I don't think it's gonna hold. So let me get started, and like I said, we'll do it together. Okay, so the first thing I did was I took my my Leatherman tool, and I created some rough spots right here, because this is where we're going to be putting the angle iron, or the angle plastic. So I'm just putting just roughing the surface up so that the Durabond, or the JB Weld, holds better when we get to that part. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up really good with some degreaser. This is just Dawn dish soap. Just kind of cleaning and scrubbing it, cleaning up the area really good, getting rid of all the gunk that's been on the surface from going out and metal detecting. I think there might have even been like a little bit of lubricant on the bolt used to hold the shaft of the detector to the coil. So just brushing this up pretty good, getting it a good clean, making sure all the dirt and grease is off of it. So yeah, and then yeah, so I'm just gonna dry it off now. Dry it off really good. So I don't know if you can focus on that or not. I don't know if it'll focus or not. If you can see the gouges and stuff that are now in there from the file. There's some crisscross marks on there that I used with the corner of my Leatherman tool, just to create some gaps so that the JB Weld has something to stick to. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure. This is the iron, or the plastic that I'm gonna use. It is industrial strength plastic. I mean, I can't even bend it with my hand, like try to fold it or anything. It's very strong. I'll put a link in my description, and I'll show pictures of what it is that I'm using. So unfortunately, it only comes in 3 feet pieces, even though I only need about 2 inches. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it right on here where I want to cut it. So I'm going to do just inside. The coil is rounded off, and I don't want the corners to stick out like this. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want the corners to stick out like this, where it's going to be something that it can catch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it so that it's just inside of the that little curvy part on the coil. So I'm going to mark it so that it does that. We're just going to mark it like just eyeball it. You know, this doesn't have to be a professional job. And then we're gonna turn this around, and we're gonna do the other side as well. I can just use this piece here as my guide. And then we're gonna, let's see, so the curve goes to there. So we're just gonna cut it like right there. So these are my two pieces, here and here. I'm gonna go downstairs in the basement and cut those, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Cut my pieces. Here they are, my two little pieces. And I am going to take the Leatherman tool, and I'm gonna rough it up on the bottom, just like I did with the coil itself. I don't have a regular file. I'm a cheapskate, so this is what I use. Okay, so now that's nice and roughed up. We're gonna do the same thing with this one. So I know a lot of you people are saying, oh my God, you're gonna ruin your coil. But you know what? The coil's garbage anyway if I can't fix it. So I got nothing to lose by trying this. If it doesn't work, well, I'm not out anything except for the $20 that it cost me to try to fix it. So this one's all nice and scarred up now. I'm gonna redo this one a little bit. Some more hash marks. I think that looks a little better. That one's all hashed up now. Okay, so then the next thing that we have to do is mix up our JB Weld. So it's important that the JB Weld that you get is for plastic. See on here, it says plastic bonder. Don't get the one, they make different kinds. Don't get the one that's for steel or aluminum or any of that stuff. You want to get the one for the plastic. That's going to be your most effective. It comes with this little stick for mixing, and here's a little tray for you to put the stuff in. And the way that this works is you take the cap off and you squeeze out equal amounts into the mixing tray, and you mix it up, you blend it really well, and then you apply it to the surface that you want to bond. Now you need to be ready to rock and roll once you do that, because it sets up pretty fast. So you want to make sure that you have all of your parts ready to rock and roll. Let me get my pieces of my bracket ready here. So I have all these. Let's see, how do these fit on there? This one, apply. This one goes here like this. And this one goes like this. Whoops. So yeah, so that one will sit like that. So we're gonna put those right there. And I can put this off to the side because we don't need it right now. All right. So this the cap just twists off and comes out. And it's reusable. So you can see there's two different holes, two different stuffs. It doesn't work unless they're together. So I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit of that into this mixing tray. Put the cap back on. Like that. And then we're gonna mix this up really good. Make sure we got it all mixed. And it's just you know, there's nothing special. It looks like glue. It looks like tan glue. And they don't have, for the plastic, at least at the place I went to, they didn't have options on color or anything. It was, plastic was what it was. So I'm just gonna apply some onto my plastic here. And this one is this one. So I'm gonna put it on there. And I should be wearing gloves. I'm just gonna leave it there. Like that. Oh, I think I got them backwards. This one goes here. Whoops. See, and like I said, this is the first time for me too, so we're doing it together. That one goes there. This one goes here. Like that. Alright. So just for your ends, we'll put a little on the outside. Make sure it's all lined up nice. Alright. Now I'm going to put some on this. Right here. This on here. And you'll see that once I'm done, I'm going to end up having to do a little bit of drilling so that I can fit that bolt back on. So as you can see, I put a couple pieces in the middle also because these right here, these were tipping like a little bit. So I structured it so that it's supported on both sides, and then I just slathered it with epoxy. And so now I'm just letting it dry. And I'll let you know how it goes when I come back. Hey. Holy cow, look at my hair. Good Lord. TikTok Tracy here. Next part of our project is to drill the holes and make sure everything fits. I went ahead and did all this stuff ahead of time now because I wasn't going to tape it if it turned out to be a complete fiasco. So let me turn the camera around and I'll explain everything else that happened with this project. Once everything was dry, I realized that putting the pieces on the inside was going to prevent the shaft from fitting in because it's pretty flush with the sides here. So what I did was I took a multi-tool, one of these, and I took those pieces out that were on the inside, but there's still a base piece on the bottom to kind of keep these from wiggling. I mean, these are solid. These ain't going anywhere. I mean, I suppose if I put enough pressure on it, they would give way right now because they're not 100. I don't know if they're 100% dry or not. But yeah, so it looks pretty ugly. Definitely not a pretty. I suppose I could pick up a can of black spray paint and cover all this shit up, and it would not look so rigged. So I did that, and then I lined up all my holes and I drilled my holes. So this one, if I can get the focus, this one turned out to be a little bigger than what I wanted, and I might end up having to put a little something up on here, some plastic or something to reinforce that on the outside, because I made it a little bit thin. It's hard to focus on here. See there, so you can kind of see I did kind of a sketch hole on that one. The back hole isn't too bad. You can see here, this hole back here turned out pretty good. That one looks a lot better. So anyway, so then once everything's in, like can put this in there and my pin will fit right in. So now we're in business again. And then I can screw this on the back and everything's good to go. I'm doing this one-handed, so hang on. Anyways, I'll screw that in later because I'm holding on to this thing. And then, yeah, so it works. Ta-da! It's good to go. So I'm gonna, take that out for now. Take this out for now. Check and see. Should probably do something to reinforce that just because it is so thin at the top right now. Maybe put a little piece of plastic. Measure this through. Once this is in, without the coil, maybe put a little piece across the top. So come on, focus. There we go. Put a little piece across that top right there to cover that gap. That's it, we're done. I'll let you know how long it lasts. Okay, so here's the final product. I went ahead and I did add the plastic on there. Again, it looks kind of, you know, stupid and trashed, but, you know, it is what it is. And everything on here is nice and solid. I mean, it moves a little bit, but it did before too. The shaft of the detector fits right in, no problem. See, it goes right in, no issues. The pin, and I gotta put the phone on. Set. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Yep, everything is in. It's got a little bit of wiggle. I can't do anything about that. Hopefully that won't cause it to fail faster than I want it to. There we go. Back in business. Not doing anything. It's as good as it's gonna get. I just have to, you know, take proper care of it. Make sure that it doesn't, not so rough on it as I was last time. I could always clean this up. Like I said, I put the plastic on the top here, and then I took the multi-tool and I just kind of rounded off the edges a little bit. Obviously, I could take like a Dremel or something and I could smooth all this stuff out and make it look pretty. But I don't really care. So it is what it is. As long as it works, that's all I care about. Anyway, thanks again for watching me with this project. I know it doesn't look the best, but it doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to be effective. So thanks again. Talk to you later. Bye.